Okay, so in the last section, we talked about if we sense in our training partner that they're looking for easy opportunities to basically hit on their first intention or to set up their offense and beat us to our taker, then what we can do is we can invite them by standing in a weak posture in stillness and standing at a distance that gives them a sense that if they commit on their action, that they'll be able to have it come to completion before we're able to execute our taker. Again, if we're so far away that that initial action will not result in a direct hitter coming to completion, then I'm going to expect a provoker, and if what I'm looking for is a hitter, then my taker is going to be too much, and I'm going to end up getting caught behind. So that's going to be what we do if our opponent responds to stillness, if we notice that that they're interested in taking the vor and going directly into the fight. But some fencers who are a little bit more cautious are going to wait for moments of opportunity or moments of motion on my part. They're going to wait for me to perform some kind of strengthening and or weakening action. And if I want them to hit, if I'm incentivizing them to hit, then I'm going to want to give them a weakening action that they can hit indes of. Right? So one of the first things that I'm going to do is if I see that my training partner's sword is on his shoulder and that his weight is not forward, right? Is that he's standing at midfoot, he's standing with his center of mass directly in between his 2 feet, then one thing that I can do is I can, just outside of range, throw a cut to his hands that's meant not to connect, right? So I can, stand, I see my opponent's sword is on his shoulder, I can just send a cut forward. So again, if I see my training partner's sword on his shoulder, I'm going to begin by just walking slightly forward, watching to see, does he shift his weight forward? Does he begin to get his sword to bear against? All of these actions are going to tell me something different. But if he's standing there, he's waiting for an instance of motion, an opportunity for him to either take or to hit. I'm trying to compel him to hit. So one of the things that I can do to compel him to hit is simply just throwing a cut from out of distance and bring myself slightly into distance. So I send my cut forward. And what I'm doing in this case is I'm giving him an instance of weakening. From the moment that I send the cut forward, I'm expecting that he has the distance dialed in so that he knows that this cut is going to whiff and that he's not looking to take on this. And then as my sword crosses the center and starts moving away, I'm inviting him to work into that new opening as a weakening, or into that new weakening with a hitter. So again, we're here, so I send the cut forward, and then he hits. Let's get the timing on that a little bit stronger. So, good, beautiful. So we're waiting. As soon as he sees that the cut is whiffing, he's attacking. So what I'm going to do in these instances is I'm going to seek to take in response. So I'm here, I send my cut forward, he starts to attack. I can cut up with my sword, and then I can follow up with an offensive action. Or if I'm close enough and strong enough, I can come in and I can take and plow. And then from here, it's a simple, he went to hit, he's committed to his hitter. I can either follow up with my crossed arm thrust, or I can parry with my my wrenching action into a Zek to the hands.